Liquid. Proud and improving. They go for the Lit Shaker. Solid opener. Does not give away everything to the side of Nigma, because of course this could still be a boxy shaker. More likely we see the Force Shaker right now. It just feels a little bit more reliable, I want to say, at the moment. You're seeing this desirability, I want to say, by teams to actually have a 4 that can gank mid again. Usually because it's like a preemptive strike port, right? Is that a lot of these mids we're seeing get picked right now are trying to be active on the map. They're trying to make rotations around level 8, close to the 10-minute mark, try and punish. Even though the outposts are no longer there, they still see the value to like set up a lane for success. And Shaker is one of those heroes that just completely stems your ability to do that rapidly, right? Like, he comes to your lane, he shuts you down, he kills you off once, maybe twice, and all of a sudden, instead of ganking from a position of strength, you are ganking desperately, looking for some sort of recovery.
Liquid's turn to pick.
So Liquid right now would benefit from a little bit more stun to this pick. They could hold off on revealing the 3/4 distribution until the 4th pick. So maybe this pick you just look towards getting something kind of solid in the safe lane. PL is still available. PL, I don't know if you want that against the StarLadder necessarily. Troll or did get banned out, which would have been amazing against the StarLadder.
Monkey King.
And they go for the Monkey King. Bit of a Monkey S King situation. That lane is actually volatile. I don't know if they want to play into the StarLadder Snapfire necessarily, or they're trying to flex this a little bit to see what the response is from Nigma. Because you could run this in the mid. Reason is that Monkey King, while he is he's up against a melee hero, it does seem good. You do have to survive the initial brunt. Lich can kind of provide that to you. It's just, it depends on how StarLadder versus Snapfire plays up against Monkey King and Lich. I think that lane is the one we're likely to see a lot of kills in, if that is the lane setup on both sides. Wouldn't even surprise me if we saw Snapfire take an early point into Little Shredder for a change. I feel like most of the time when we're seeing Snapfires at the moment, they like to prioritize level 1 Scatter Blast and then level 2 into Cookie. As for Nigma, they do just have decent brawlers already. I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of plan around a double minus armor strategy. Whenever you get the StarLadder, like, it's just a nice complementary element, right? But you're always thinking, can we actually double up on this? Is there someone on the team that will end up building a Solar Crest, a Deso, these type of items? They do the Batrider. It means to deal with the Monkey King, and this actually means that this could be a StarLadder 4. I know though. We talked about this yesterday. Like, it can be a vicious 4, but it does kind of rely on you getting the first blood. Otherwise, it can sometimes be a bit slow. This could easily just be a Batrider 5, Snapfire 4, and I'd be okay with that as well, because I like Snapfire in the 4 just because you're a cookie cutter utility builder. I mean, you're also a cookie churner, but the point is that you can build into the Guardian Reeves, you can build into the 4 staffs. There's not really an item that unlocks something about Snapfire to a ridiculous degree. It's not like a Shaker who needs a Blink Dagger or an Axe, right? You need a mobility tool. Snapfire kind of has a well-rounded arsenal already, and it's just, what can I add to this hero to, amplify the effect in the fight? See, Liquid though, more frontline. They definitely need a lot of frontline here. Monkey King is good, but you need to leverage it with another hero that can run in. Probably, you're now going to reveal whether this is offlane Shaker. Or you could, okay, Liquid, you can completely keep it up in the air. This does mean you need a bulk type hero in your final pick though. You could just go for this kind of approach where, they can't actually turn on you because they're too busy dying. I just think if Nigma, for example, picks another strength hero, they might be a little bit too bulky to burst down unless Liquid simply run over them in the laning phase, which of course we did say yesterday. So wouldn't put it beyond them. As for Nigma, they have a lot of control right now. Every hero offers that. Batrider is a bit weak in the laning phase. If they want to run this as a 5 bat, it would probably be nice to have something that can actually synergize with on the lane, something that maybe benefits a lot from the chase down potential or has a stun itself. And if you're up against the Monkey King, Ray's already gone. This has been annoying. I don't think actually off the top of my head. First day of the game. First game of the day. Words. Hard to get the right way around. I don't think there's like an extreme gotcha pick right now with this Monkey King puck flexibility. Like Liquid are keeping it quite open, so I think Nigma need to just focus on what they want. They need a solid right clicker right now. As I mentioned, something that syncs up with StarLadder. Lifestealer, yep. Alright, this works. I wasn't sure if they wanted to go this way just because there's not necessarily a hero you're going to outright sustain off of, but the Monkey King Lifestealer matchup, while Monkey King you think would have a brutal advantage, it's the StarLadder factor. It's that minus armor that enables Lifestealer to be good. Also, a beautiful thing because Lifestealer can build Deso. So you can have that double minus armor strat, which is what I usually look for whenever you see these StarLadder picks come out. It's just a nice bridge point. I think Lifesteal Bloodseeker really worked that way incredibly well. Is the game can be unlocked if they have a Deso, Solar Crest, or Corrosive Haze user. All of a sudden, their actual damage output in fights in mid game is noticeable. It's not a case of, well, this hero will be great at the 40-minute mark. So running out on both sides, there could be more tower push, I think, from both sides actually right now. There's a lot of shove, especially on the side of Nigma. Most of it on the side of Liquid is going to come from this puck. So Liquid right now could benefit from something that can just push on the lanes hard. Maybe something in the idea of like a Beastmaster type pick or an Abaddon type pick. You don't necessarily want to pick that against a Lifestealer, but an Abaddon wouldn't be bad because of the Batrider factor. Then again, you could still be running the Shaker as a free. I just don't know if you want that matchup against the Lifestealer. You should farm okay. I just don't know if you can breed out. And Ags in this game is really good because it gives you that ability to chase for the Snapfire in the back line as a Shaker. It's just a matter of would it take you too long to get online. Should just be a ban out of like cheese picks. I don't know if Nigma's worried about something cheesy still. Like in theory, Liquid could go for something in the Brood Mother category. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily because there's just a lot of AoE early on though. So they could count up lane. I don't think we're gonna see a Meepo from Liquid either.
5 seconds remaining.
Although, you know, they definitely still need this front line. This is the thing for me, is like Liquid right now just needs something that can run in and just take the brunt of the hit that's going to come out from Nigma. Because they do have a lot of damage output.
Dire team pick. Team Liquid's turn.
I like how Nigma's the one to ban TA. The beautiful irony. And the Tiny comes out. Okay, so this gives them a little bit more catch. Initiation. This should be 4 Tiny. And then I want to say 5 Snapfire with Batrider mid right now by the looks of it. Which is actually a really good pick. And a way to roll it. Because it can deal with the Monkey King. Like, can keep range and just slowly will him down if he goes mid. And if Puck goes mid, Puck absolutely hates any damage over time based hero. And there's your front line. All right, so Liquid, they actually get the front line out. They also deal with the issue we're talking about with building damage. In fact, both sides do. So it's actually going to be we on the Tiny in the end. I was wondering if they're going to try and be cute with this, but I guess not. So yeah, it's going to be Kura on the Snapfire. This is the, well, it's going to be slightly cute. Nigma's going to be running either StarLadder or the Batrider in the 4. And it is going to be Bat 4. I'm kind of glad they've done this. I'd prefer to see the StarLadder on the 3, just able to get a little bit of gold, guaranteed, and be more useful. I hope that GH stays on the lane. I feel like his job this game is primarily to just make sure Mind Control's lane can exist and Mike doesn't force him out by like level 4. And then, yeah, you'll have Quakefoot versus we. Lone Drift versus Tiny. Tiny shouldn't be too bothered by the bear, especially since it got some damage reductions, but this should more or less end up being a farming lane, unless you get a solid rotation out from the Nigma supports, which can be a bit tough due to the bear scouting, but there is toss back potential if you come around and say GH hits back with the Flame Break, and Tiny gets in range for the toss. They can maybe make some sort of cute play. I don't think that's likely to happen. I think what is more likely to happen this type of game is that we rotate to the outer lanes where he can easily exploit kills onto the Monkey King. Puck, not so much. Boxy should be more or less safe, and I hope that Tiger doesn't rotate too soon, because I think Boxy might need to be guarded somewhat level 1-2 through to 3. This is a big thing with Puck in the off lane, is the hero is still a dominant pick, but if you actually leave it alone from the get-go, it just gets forced out almost instantly and fails to have a game. With that, we're underway. Game number 1, guys. Best of 3. This will be going up against Alliance in that best of 5 grand final.
Prepare for battle.
And it looks like Nigma are going to move free bot to start with to see how things go. And no, wait. Are they switching? They're switching this up. Okay, they're actually switching this up. Wee's going to be going on the out lanes with the Tiny. And you'll be able to actually deal with the Puck situation a little bit better, in fairness. And also, when you're talking about like the mid matchup, Tiny would get pretty roughed up by the Monkey King. I think either way it can be pretty rough. But also, Qualifier is going to be on the outer lane, so both teams are actually shifting the lane situation around a little bit. And I don't think necessarily either one of these has been anticipated either. This is actually probably the better scenario for Liquid with this Batrider situation, is if he can't play against the Monkey King. As I think that's one of the better lanes for the Batrider in this game, is to just be able to actually shut out the Monkey King early on. This hero doesn't have much in the way of armor, so you can actually just right click him out of the lane pretty quickly. They will see the bear, but there's nothing suspicious about this. It's just a bear trying to grab a rune, so it will now be revealed quick for us here, but I don't think they'll think too much of it just yet. And I don't think they're going to musical lane too much. Yeah, it's just this one. Or is it? All right, the line has been drawn, actually. They're doing a full switch up here. Someone put on the party music because this has turned into musical chairs all of a sudden. So Miracle should be going to bot. Wee is going to come back to mid, and it looks like Mind Control is going to go to the top. I do think out of the 3 melee heroes, this makes a bit more sense. Any melee hero in this game is going to suffer a little bit against the Monkey King. It's just the Tiny can deal with it a bit better because, well, 1, you've got a lot of health, and 2, you actually move quicker than your other 2 components. And obviously, you can actually pressure with this time of tri-lane scenario. Once you get to level 2, you can just get a point into the open wounds and maybe look for a kill, especially if Insane is playing too far forward. Boxy already has 2 as well. So they're going to leave Mind Control alone. I don't know how long you want to commit to this bot tri-lane. I feel like letting your StarLadder suffer like this is a bad thing. And in fact, your StarLadder might just die at this rate if it's not careful. They won't die for it. There's maybe a situation where you could actually have done that without letting him get away alive. But it's better just keep him low HP. Then you make sure he doesn't feel comfortable ever CSing. And you can already see that actually, if they right click him a few times, he'll die here because they have both nukes. And on the bot lane, they're trying to pressure this lone druid. Sure, you'll slow down his farm a little bit, but I'm more concerned about what's going to happen with the other 2 lanes, because the Monkey King is get to a stage where he's more or less free farming. The only way this turns around is if we finds like a cheeky toss back play, and then top will just turn into free farm for the Puck. I mentioned that both these heroes kind of need the opener to be solid for them, right? With the StarLadder or the Puck, both of them need a good start to the lane. But once you get going off that first 2-3 creep waves, Puck is the one that can solo in that one-on-one engagement. It looks like they're giving up on the pressure. They're actually going to bring Kuro around. He will be spotted coming around the back, though. He should be slapping down that sentry as soon as Boxy moves back, though. All right, his Spidey senses aren't tingling then. Okay, this leads getting a little bit worrying. Obviously, we can't go for the tree grab build. You need all the points in the avalanche toss, because the only way you're ever killing the Monkey King is burst with a rotation. So if you just try and actually go for the tree, you're moving too slow, and the Monkey King can always just chase you down. It's the only reason Mike hasn't picked up on the move. If he saw that the tree was grabbed by the Tiny, he would have an Orb of Venom on him already. actually see how easy it is for a puck at this point. Double fairy fire, still has loads of regen. Can just burn it through Koras even though he's his strength hero. Doesn't have to give it down. Good news for the side of Nigma is the lifesteal is farming really well. I really am a bit concerned about Wee's slow start on the farm though. Mind Control is finding some CS now that they've rotated up the snap bar, which is important. I think it's a little bit easier for Liquid to leverage an advantage, a small CS advantage, just because of the heroes they have. Like Puck doesn't need as much to function as a StarLadder, for example, and the Monkey King can do a lot with little. He actually just do a race towards boots in the first rotation, usually to find kills. Quick for in the bot lane though, in a little bit of trouble, able to get away. And Miracle now baits himself. However, GH is diving, looking for the kill in the quick spot, but he can't find it in the room. Oh, that filthy bear. Quakebot will go down though. GH gets first blood and gives his life. That was a little bit dicey. Mike with a very early rotation, by the way, and he gets the kill. Miracle is gonna go down still. So 2-for-1 exchange, but first blood did of course go the way of the Batrider and Nigma. He's actually willing to take a lot of harassment here. Understandable to an extent. King Puck, obviously you get decent value out of those tangos, and you're gonna force the salve out of Mind Control and response. That rotation was a little bit of space for Weed to get some gold though. That's what I will say. You still, yes, you get the skill into Miracle, but you're gonna rotate and they're just gonna do the same as you already see in the mid. GH, however, if he goes down, this is looking nice. The Frost Blast is slowing him down. They decide against it as we rotate. Avalanche. He's still too slow. All right, he'll toss them on top of each other with harassment, but he wishes he had boots right now. Especially now that he's playing on the out lanes. That's where you can actually do some stuff with that. I do like the fluidity and Liquid in trying these lanes though. And as I, what? Okay. Wee's gonna live. You look away for a moment. That probably shouldn't have been a kill. The only thing I can think of is they let too many sticky napalms build up, and then they got double flame break back into the arms of Wee. That shouldn't be happening necessarily, but it's one of those things you can get caught out by. A good Batrider can screw your lane like that. All of a sudden, Wee has a game. His lane was a little bit rough. His start was a little bit mediocre on the CS side of things, but with those double kills, with that double kill, he's feeling pretty good right now.
Radiant are scanning.
And also Bat, yeah, he actually now has the tranks, so he can run around the map, be pretty aggressive. Maybe he tries to rotate mid. I'm not sure either of these mid is actually killable at this stage though. Like Lone Druid himself is actually tanky, has the raw. Now Miracle on that life stealer up to over 1000 HP, has a buckler as well. But however, there can be a fight. Avalanche costs under 3, a lot of damage done, but now they're going to turn around on the Wii. He needs to move away quickly. They're just trying to tap him down, but they don't have the balance strike anymore, so he'll get off. Power tiny, ladies and gentlemen. Just basically be ridiculously tanky behemoth of health. And we go for the phase as well, so this lane should do less damage to him. When you actually think about their damage output, it's on the side of Liquid, it's definitely going to be mostly physical, because you can have the Monkey King, you can have the Lone Druid who's likely on the Deso build this type of game, and then also you're talking about Puck who, while you have magical damage, your right click's going to be pretty fearsome early on, so even if there's a rotation there, it's more threatened by the right click side of things. Talking about Puck, Mind Control has actually just been given all the space he needs. I think they left the Puck alone too long, and now we're seeing the results. Like, you're falling behind on XP, you're still getting decent CS, but now Mind Control's up at 33 and 7, surpassing the Puck. Shaker. Oh boy, boy. Oh no, no. Sadie will go down. Tiger's courier will get sniped out. The creeps will probably kill Tiger. Mike is hiding in the tree line, just backfiring quick. Mike just having to get the hell out of here quick. Will be able to do so just in time. The avalanche wouldn't go deep enough. But all of a sudden, Nigma are the ones who have Liquid by the balls a little here. They're still farming reasonably well, but these kind of kills that you're hemorrhaging, this is a very volatile lineup. And with the StarLadder having a good start, it will come together pretty quickly. Bo3, he's just gone and away just in time. Whew. A little bit too close for comfort. Looks like Liquid are going to try and actually pivot around the puck, though. The most logical play they have, because you do have the Dream Call available, just stick Mike back in a situation where it's probably going to be the one-on-one, and you can already see the quick falls back to the jungle. But Nigma were quick to anticipate this. They've got a deep ward already, so they can see everything that's happening around that area. They know when people will control through and when people will come through. Miracle in the mid lane. Why not that swinging arm attack? We'll block him off, but he'll just try and stand and fight. There's so many heroes here from Liquid. If this doesn't work, it's going to be a lot of time wasted. The cookie in, we looks for a kill, the toss on the spot, and they get the Monkey King instead. Responding number for number. Every time Liquid shows up with these aggressive moves, Nigma is just looking to match them piece for piece. And I also just noticed our zoom is being... Alright, I'm going to have to redo my config file. Bo3's going to have to rethink his life as he's just gone. There we go. That should deal with the fast soon for you guys. I think I'm going to have to reinstall Dota, folks.
Under attack.
Second day in a row where it's done this, even though it's foul. GH won't even be punished for this. Right now, Nigma just do whatever the hell they want. I don't see any move Liquid want to make necessarily in the next 2 minutes. They need an item to pivot off. I mean, look at your Monkey King. He doesn't even have treads after a dominant start, right? He goes to the free Wraith Bands. He looked really good off the lane. And then unable to really do anything with that. Instead, he just starts dying. Bo3 is nowhere near that veil. They'll have to fight bot though. They see the numbers advantage and they cut off Weed. He hasn't got much in the way of mana. Quick is there, will not be pushed far enough away. And the call, the root, everything to hold Weed in place. Liquid, they finally find a situation where the side of Nigma can't match their numbers.
A soldier's fortune.
Dire's top
It's important that you actually get this done as well, because it's already 3,000 gold. You don't know the exact number of your Team Liquid, of course, but you have an inclination this is starting to get a little out of control. I mean, you think about the volatility in this lineup. You can already see it coming into effect, right? Correct. Hey, it's Tiger. He will just go down. And this is going to get rougher because you already see what Miracle is queued up. He's going Armlet into the Desert. This is about that double minus armor, the rapid ramp up that we were talking about earlier in the draft. Tank control all of a sudden is just feeling really confident. Doesn't even need a double bracer. One bracer plus the raindrop. With the phase boots, he's more or less unkillable. Monkey King, however, that was not even a lasso. That was just a casual rundown. This is getting mighty problematic. We've seen why Monkey King can be such a dominant force, but we've also seen over the years why it can be a fragile hero, right? Where if you fall behind a little bit, it feels like your game is over. You need someone to kind of, you know, beat you until to get you back to the game. Kisses out, Qualifier, just gone. The fissure was too late to save the day. Kuro might go down, but mission accomplished in his eyes. He's done what he needed to. And while that's happening, there is a movement around. Nigma are wrapping behind the side of Liquid, and they brought all their forces, and they see it. The moon, the trees. Might be able to get out. But if they commit like that, toss in. Bo3 will dodge out. Has to throw down the Dream Call, gets stunned instantly. Avalanche, and nice vision to block him out. They can't find the kill. Fairy Dragon gets away. Titan's gonna get dragged. Since the gates count that out, so GH can't move away quick enough. And all of a sudden, Quick will rush the bear over. With the fear coming out, will allow him to get the kill into the back rider. Tiny, still here. Avalanche toss across, not able to kill anyone, just make sure that he's not going to be the next hit on the list, and does create the space that Miracle takes the mid tower. A little still favorable for the side of Nigma because they did get their hands on that tier 1 in the mid, and the gold exchange, while in the battle, favors Liquid a little bit. You're going to see a situation where you're not at 5,000 net worth lead, and these item timings are going to be pretty crucial. You're going to need something very soon on the side of Liquid to pivot off, just give you this high leverage in a fight. Monkey King at least does have the treads now, but he's nowhere near this Echo Saber. He needs someone else to funnel the food down his throat. Maybe Bo3. If he can complete this veil, that might be the bridge gap they need. You can just see that we is constantly on the hunt. He doesn't really care as much about the farm side of things. He's just trying to connect with kills. He understands his role in this game isn't to be high on the net worth. It's to be high on the kill charts. Echo Slam bot. Big target found. The one that is farming is Miracle. And instead, he's going to start farming heroes. That was an Echo Slam with no follow. Bo3 will get out. Or will he? He hung around to try and save his city. His life for his captain, he says, but for his captain, he'll die. There's no escape from that. Puck will go down, double kill for Kura, and it looks like it's going to be free dead as Mercedes is being chased onto by Wee with the DD. With the cross phase there as well, One Punch Man has arrived.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Liquid just seemingly correctly a little. I say a little,
Radiant's bottom tower.
it's definitely feeling discombobulated. That Echo Slam is meant to be your hoorah, right? Your big moment that inspires you to take a good fight. But it comes too soon, they're not able to get quick enough, and all of a sudden things turn around on a quicker as well. Easy kill onto an old lady, just waiting at the bus stop. And instead, she just gets in the driver's seat and runs him over.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We in the mid lane, green call. This would be an amazing kill if they can get it. But he's so goddamn tanky, he's wasting a lot of their time. Will still go down as the reinforcements can't get there in time. Liquid finally able to just start basically trading these kills. And when you're this far behind, any trade is going to be favorable for you. Yeah, you lose your lone druid. Sure, you didn't get the life stealer, but who cares? The tiny is worth just as much at this point. Tiger now halfway towards that blink. This is the thing they're looking for. Once they actually get that online, they can start to make some big plays. The Echo Slams won't feel rushed. You can actually just wait patiently for them. Also give them the secondary form of initiation on the back line, which is crucial at this stage of the game. You saw the damage that the Mortimer Kisses are doing. At this rate, like, Kura is going to get decent timing on the level 2 ultimate. The damage is just going to melt through the side of Liquid. They don't have the tankiest to heroes. You mentioned this in the drafting phase, right? They don't have that many frontliners. It was meant to bridge that whole issue. But that still means that the Puck is susceptible, the Lich is susceptible, Monkey King most definitely, even the Shaker. And then when you look at items on the other side, Life still now has that armor. He's almost got the Desert complete. This is when they can just go straight into Roche. They'll want to pick off before they do it, but once he has that Desolator complete, they'll probably try and pick off the Shaker or force an Echo Slam usage, and then once that happens, Nigma can just go into the pit. Yeah, Mind Control is still committed to the pipe. Almost has it complete now. It's interesting to see StarLadder as the way they get played like this right now. It's this bully type laner who basically fulfills the similar role we've seen from last patches offlaners. It's just, instead of relying on this dispel to be valid, you just amplify damage instead. Right, you're this offlaner who doesn't need to build a solar crest because he's already got that kind of effect in a spell that actually increases damage output.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, Bo3 just goes straight for the blink. There's no point in the Veil anymore. The Veil actually had a point where it would have had an impact, and it was like 4 minutes ago. What does we want to do next? He didn't go for the blink build, he went for the drums. So he's just looking to run in. They're just looking to kind of overwhelm Liquid as they do that in the bot lane, Fun Puck. That was the blink reveal from GH. That's him a nice kill. Slows down the Puck a little bit. A crucial moment when he was just about to get the goal for the blink dagger. Straight to the pit they go. That's a good enough kickoff, they say. The Death Zone now complete. Corrosive Haze at level 2. Roche is paper. Nigma are the shredders. There you go. Aegisson has a miracle. And they've already taken all the tier 1s out, so tier 2's next on the shopping block. Nigma should be able to get them all down before the Aegis even gets close to expiring, really. Liquid could try and find them splintered a little. There is 1 or 2 heroes off separate, but it's only GH, and He has the blink dagger, so he can get through. Dreamcore's going to come out of the back line. They think they found the opportunity. They'll go with the Wukong. Balance strike connects on the free. The roll through as well. Beautiful combo. The chain frost bounce around. They'll get the killer snap fire already. We try to move away. Slow down too much. That chain frost still bouncing. Means they can just pursue through. Mind control sliver away. They keep vision for the time being. They are going to keep chasing.
Radiant's top tower is under
Vision
attack.
still not available for a long time though, so they'll let him get away. Nigma do cauterize the wound, they minimize the casualties, they keep it down to 2, but suddenly Liquid are finally able to find some more gold. Much needed as well. When you got these blink daggers coming out, right, the Shaker's picked up his, the Puck has picked up his as well, you're feeling like you should be achieving max impact. And while getting the kill on Tiny is never something you'll complain about, what you're really hoping for is that StarLadder kill, that third kill. As it's a huge reveal double blink, you feel like you should actually be able to do more with it. The Nigma really are that far ahead. The Miracle just confidently runs in wherever he chooses. They can't push on the tower just yet. There's Qualifier is pushed in top, so that's not an option. They'd have to commit to mid, which means Liquid can try and set up if they want to defend this. They still have the big ultimate. Wukongs, no. Echo Slam is there, as is the Dreamcore. And GH
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
wants himself a kill, won't be able to find it, but he zones them away. Miracle gets the tower in the meantime. And Qualifier, he's probably just going to stay out as long as possible. He needs to get his Deso complete before he's even willing to fight. And once he even has that Deso, his main priority is kind of just keep pushing. My control, yep, straight to blink. After you get blink, in this type of game, a BKB wouldn't be a terrible idea for the StarLadder, just so you can chase into the back lines. It allows you to actually go with your lifestealer, as opposed to him just being stuck fighting alone when everyone else is running away. SO is now complete though on Qualifier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Dream Cool jump. Snap the call straight away as they are on the river. They need to be quick with this. The Vision is going to block him off. The might throw a little bit of pressure. There is going to come a cooldown, but they create another Wukong to ensure that he has nowhere to run high. But the kids is in the choke point. Will it do enough is the real question. It's still only level 1. Get him pretty low. Meeting able to move away, and the slow's coming out. The last is going to be then dragging the Monkey King. It kept him in place long enough that they actually get the kill, and StarLadder, however, gets out alive. The hunt is on. They're moving forward, looking for more flame break to try and push back, but they're a little bit too speedy. GH isn't done though. He's staying on top of him here, and Sania's getting low. The Master Madness gets activated. Tiger does flick away just in time. The bear is being eaten right now. Some people like cow. You know, some people prefer venison, and some people are just bear eaters. You can already see that my control. After getting away barely in one piece, does move across immediately in the mid lane, understands that actually with them starting to leverage the advantage again, they need to keep everything pushed in. So the next time when they catch Liquid out like that, or counter Liquid's attempt, they can immediately punish it by taking an objective. Which is something they couldn't do in that situation when it's so far out of the base. That was just level 1 kisses, folks. Kirk, you almost had the level 2 kisses. Once that's online, the amount of damage there, if that happens again, Liquid lose 2. Probably more, actually. To be honest, Monkey King would have been dead if that was the level 2 kisses at this point. Quick little pause. I think this is actually one of the things that makes Snapfire feel so lethal as well. I feel as if change the map, we're getting a high priority around these kind of choke points, right? You've got these stairs around Roche that we saw time and time again before they removed these shrines here. Even around the Roche area, it feels pretty tight, pretty snug. All these areas you funnel into on the map, like this has always been a thing with the base. And then you've got this hero, right? Which absolutely loves the choke point. And Liquid are playing a lineup that really wants their opponent stacked, right? You've got the Dream Call, you've got the Echo Slam, you've got the Chain Frost. You want to try and force them into a brawl scenario and funnel them in. But that means that you're usually chasing in pretty rapidly yourself. Tiny, however, will be pulled out rapidly by the side of Liquid. Trying to move away, he is tanky, but there will be a Dream Call to ensure he can't escape. And the reinforcements coming in will back off, as they were happy to just take the tower top, of course.
Radiant's top tower
Where's the TP
is
in
under
though?
attack.
They got an Infest Bomb ready. They actually want to fight this, despite the fact they don't have the tiny 30 seconds. Jump in, jump out, quick bop, get shaken about, and he's just back into the base immediately, dead for 45 seconds. Mike looking to make his escape. Doesn't actually jump into the tree in time, has to throw out the Boundless Strike. Will still get out. A little bit dicey for him though. Liquid will just return to tending to the lanes. They got punished immediately after they shoot their aggression. And Aegis has been reclaimed now. So Miracle is a slightly more vulnerable target. I say slightly because at this stage in the game, he shouldn't really be going down. Heaven's Halberd, 2.2k HP with the armor off. And plenty of ways to save him, whether it's a toss out, whether it's the stuns being thrown on top of him to zone away his opponents. And then when you're talking about stuns, like where is the magic community? When's it going to come? Because you can actually see the next priority for Mike is, okay, he sees the issue around being squishy. That's not what he's tending to. He thinks the issue is more damage right now, so he's going for the Diffu. And then Qualifier trying to get a little bit more lockdown, going for this Basher build. So then you are very much reliant on how good your Dream Calls can be and how on point Tiger's going to be with these fissures to cut up the fights with the Echo Slams to control your opponents. As Nigma are likely in a scenario where if they just wanted, they could go double Magic Immunity and then just... It looks like Mind Control isn't sure what he wants just yet. He wants death maybe, or is it the other way around? Jump in, Tiger got a free hit. Mike threw down the Wukong, so Mind Control down to half HP, but all of a sudden Mike, he's feeling the pain. He can't find his life steal. It's too goddamn strong. You get the life steal, but it won't make any difference. You can't range Supreme with the life steal himself. As 4 are dead down the side of Liquid. We're going to make it 5 as they run into the base. Bo3 will move away just in time. They didn't quite cue that correctly, so they weren't able to Infest Bomb on top of him, but this is going to be Buildings dying, and they're going to die quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We finally escalated towards high ground. This is what we were saying in the previous fight. The reason that Nigma couldn't do this is because Liquid would actually bring the aggression out to the map. But the moment that Liquid are back on the defensive, if you give them this opportunity, they're just going to work with it. And Mind Control, what looked like a whoopsie attempt at a crush, ends up baiting the side of Liquid into jumping on top of him. A 2.5k HP hero with a pipe complete. That's never likely to go well for the side of Liquid. And this is the thing, they're just trying to scale up raw damage to outdo their opponents. They don't have a Spirit Vessel wielder. They don't have that advantage in this type of game. And they can't really decide whether they'd want to. I mean, if you could, who would you build it on is the first factor. But even if you did, it doesn't address the lifestealer issue. You just need more lockdown, more damage to kill him off. And he's the core aspect of Nigma's damage right now, as we saw in that last fight. I'm trying to think actually what item really gives Liquid a chance to hop back in here. I don't think the Diffu is it. I understand Mike's need for it in this type of game. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Blame him for not going BKB. I don't think you survive with a BKB except for running away quicker. In fact, there's just a lasso, right? So if you put a BKB on this Monkey King, you're just going to get dragged away straight away and killed every time. You could argue bulking up, but right now, like, the raw HP element isn't going to help you as much. At least with the Diffu, you're getting a decent amount of agi, so that's just scale your armor up a little bit more, which is your big concern. You need to be above 20 armor by default, and even then, they've got a lot of minus armor. They get minus 22. But you just, it's not the hero that's going to build, for example, an AC. You don't scale on the health run enough to feel good about it. Not to mention the fact you have a lone druid, which is more likely to build it any day of the week.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Liquid, time to tend to the siege. Miracle moves on in, and with a 16,000 net worth. Echo Slam jump in, Lash is going to come up. Interrupt the interference, and straight away they just turn on them. They're going to lose 2. Buyback comes out the Monkey, but the Shaker is down and dead, and the Kiss is zoning the rest of Liquid away. It just looks so simple for the side of Nigma. They just run in, they just tank everything. They look at the side of Liquid, and they go, "You're toast." And he's going deep. Hunt time on the spot. Staying up. 2 more hits to do. The Wukong goes down. The Root can come out, but look at this. Miracle just runs in deeper, forces it away. City's already dead, and Mike not feeling safe in his own home. Miracle will have to move away though, because he's starting to feel the pain a little bit. Will invest in the GH and just retreat. That doesn't mean he's done here. They still have a bind. They've used most of their spells inside of Liquid. Now they need to actually be careful. Tiger goes in, stun control, really able to move away in time. Quick for Bear, trying to find out here, but Slimmering Cross gonna cross. Power Strike takes some more, but Heroes and Miracles unleashed again with a raid. Tiger's gonna go down. Dead once more for 30 seconds. Mike is also gonna fall, and GG's gonna be called. As Nigma, they've reversed this around. They're gonna be the ones taking game one this time around, and if this series looks anything like this first game, it might end up being a 2-0 in their favor this time. But my, oh my, how the tables have turned. How when you come down into Nigma's territory of tradition. In the back line, it's a shaker. It's just a matter of would it take you too long to get online before they remove these shrines here. You saw time.
A soldier's fortune.
Dire's top
It's
tower
important that you
is
actually get
under
this
attack.
done as well, because it's already 3,000 gold. You don't know the exact number of your Team Liquid, of course, but you have an inclination this is starting to get a little out of control. I mean, you think about the whole cleaning this lineup. You can already see it coming into effect, right? Correct. Hey, it's Tiger. He will just go down. And this is going to get rough because you already see what Miracle is queued up. He's going Armlet into the Desert. This is about that double minus armor, the rapid ramp up that we were talking about earlier in the draft. Tank control all of a sudden is just feeling really confident. Doesn't even need a double bracer. One bracer plus the raindrop. With the phase boots, he's more or less unkillable. Monkey King, however, that was not even a lasso. That was just a casual rundown. This is getting mighty problematic.
Radiant's top
We've
tower
seen why
is
Monkey
under
King can be
attack.
such a dominant force, but we've also seen over the years why it can be a fragile hero, right? Where if you fall behind a little bit, it feels like your game is over. You need someone to kind of, you know, beat you until you get back to the game. Kisses out, Qualifier, just gone. The Fissure was too late to save the day. Kuro might go down, but mission accomplished in his eyes. He's done what he needed to. And while that's happening,
Radiant's middle tower
there is a movement
under attack.
around. Nigma are rafting behind the side of Liquid, and they brought all their forces, and they see it. Removing the trees. Might be able to get out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But if they commit like that, toss in. Bo3 will dodge out. Have to throw down the Dream Core, get stunned instantly. Avalanche, and nice vision to block him out. They can't find the kill. Fairy Dragon gets away. Titan's gonna get dragged. Since the gates count that out, so she can't move away quick enough. And all of a sudden, Quick will rush the bear over. With the fear coming out, will allow him to get the kill into the back rider. Tiny, still here. Avalanche toss across, not able to kill anyone, just make sure that he's not going to be the next hit on the list, and does create the space that Miracle takes the mid tower. Little still favorable for this side of Nigma because they did get their hands on that tier 1 in the mid, and the gold exchange, while in the battle, favors Liquid a little bit. You're going to see a situation where you're not have 5,000 net worth lead, and these item timings are going to be pretty crucial. So you're going to need something very soon on the side of Liquid to pivot off, just give you this high leverage in a fight. Monkey King at least does have the treads now, but he's nowhere near this Echo Saber. He needs someone else to funnel the food down his throat. Maybe
Radiant's
Bo3.
bottom tower is
Being
under
complete this
attack.
veil, that might be the bridge gap they need. You just see that we is constantly on the hunt. He doesn't really care as much about the farm side of things. He's just trying to connect with kills. He understands his role game isn't to be high on the net worth, it's to be high on the kill chart. Echo Slam bot, big target found. The one that is farming is Miracle, and instead he's going to start farming heroes. That was an Echo Slam with no follow. Foxy will get out. Or will he? He hung around to try and save his city, his life for his captain, he says, but for his captain him die. There's no escape from that. Puck will go down, double kill for Kura, and it looks like it's going to be free dead as Mercedes is being chased onto by Wee with the DD. With the Cross Haze there as well, One Punch Man has arrived.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Liquid just are seemingly correctly a little. I say a little,
Radiant's bottom tower.
it's definitely feeling too discombobulated. That Echo Slam is meant to be your hoorah, right? Your big moment that inspires you to take a good fight. But it comes too soon, they're not able to get quick enough, and all of a sudden things turn around over quicker as well. Easy kill onto an old lady, just waiting at the bus stop. And instead, she just gets in the driver's seat and runs him over.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We in the mid lane, green call. This would be an amazing kill if they can get it. But he's so goddamn tanky, he's wasting a lot of their time. We'll still go down as the reinforcements can't get there in time. Liquid finally able to just start basically trading these kills. And when you're this far behind, any trade is going to be favorable for you. Yeah, you lose your lone druid. Sure, you didn't get the life stealer, but who cares? The tiny is worth just as much at this point. Tiger now halfway towards that blink. This is the thing they're looking for. Once they actually get that online, they can start to make some big plays. The Echo Slams won't feel rushed. You can actually just wait patiently for them. Also give them the secondary.
In this video, we're going to run through exactly how to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time, or how to simulcast. Whether it's to YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitch, or almost any other platform, we've got you covered in this video. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you amplify your business and brand with video. If your streaming sources has now become so much easier to be able to up our game is to stream those multiple bandwidth, or if you're there was you have to show you now, option number 2 will require no casting and redistribution. Obviously, those are these ones which stream you're picking a server is full it's live to portrait, and you definitely don't want to have that going on, which means that you're going to need to start at the pro plan. So it's not a deal to 30 takes the branding off as well. Now the transcoding that I mentioned just before is an additional $2 per hour for the length of your live stream. Now up from that, they do have premium, business and enterprise plans available as well. And this gives you access to 5 Facebook channels on the premium and 15 Facebook channels on the business. And obviously the enterprise one is for those that are really crazy serious above and beyond that point. The next option you've got is Switchboard, or switchboard.live. Now this is another really awesome platform to be able to multicast your live streams out. They've got a really intuitive, really easy to use interface. It's so easy to quickly jump in, link up your channels, your Facebook pages and those sorts of things, and start to broadcast out from there. Once again, they've got really great chat integration, not quite to the level that you get in Restream, but still really solid, and still they make it pretty easy to get it into your live streaming programs as well. And you've also got transcoding capabilities, again, to push the different versions for different platforms. But one of the cool features that you've got inside of Switchboard is that for each one of the broadcasts that you have, or each one of the platforms that you're broadcasting to, you can totally customize them up to have even individual branding. So your Facebook live stream could have different branding to your YouTube live stream, which has totally different branding to your Twitch live stream. So even while the content that you're broadcasting out from your computer is the same, you've got a different version or different logos and those sorts of things on each of them, all managed through Switchboard. Even little things like being able to bulk start and stop. Now they also have restrictions around the duration of your live streams and your multicast as well. On that 5 megabits per second and at a maximum resolution of 10 times price big video price, and even on the free plan is just insane. And it's again, it's easy to get up all you need to know for gaming, so bring up your chat overlay or the chat group, and then you can toggle, and you're going to up in your application and started your live stream, then your live stream will show up into stream. Okay, overlay. So now that you're all set up to
they can just pursue through. Mind control will sliver away. They keep vision for the time being. They are going to keep chasing.
Radiant's top
Seizure, still not available for a long time though, so they'll let him get away. Nigma do cauterize the wound, they minimize the casualties, they keep it down to 2, but suddenly Liquid are finally able to find some more gold. Much needed as well. When you got these blink daggers coming out, right, the Shaker's picked up his, the Puck has picked up his as well, you're feeling like you should be achieving max impact. And while getting the kill on Tiny is never something you'll complain about, what you're really hoping for is that StarLadder kill, that third kill on top. As it's a huge reveal of double blink, you feel like you should actually be able to do more with it. The Nigma really are that far ahead. The Miracle just confidently runs in wherever he chooses. They can't push on the tower just yet. As Qualifier is pushed in top, so that's not an option. They'd have to commit to mid, which means Liquid can try and set up if they want to defend this. They still have the big ultimates. Wukongs, no. Echo Slam is there, as is the Dreamfall. And GH
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
wants himself a kill, won't be able to find it, but he zones them away. Miracle gets the tower in the meantime. And Qualifier, he's probably just going to stay out as long as possible. He needs to get his Deso complete before he's even willing to fight. And once he even has that Deso, his main priority is kind of just keep pushing. That's my control. Yeah, straight to Blink. After you get Blink, in this type of game, a BKB wouldn't be a terrible idea for the StarLadder, just so you can chase into the back lines. It allows you to actually go with your lifestealer, as opposed to him just being stuck fighting alone when everyone else is running away. SO is now complete though on Qualifier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, green cool jump. Snap the call straight away as they are on the river. They need to be quick with this. The Fissure is going to block him off. They might throw a little bit of tough. There is going to come a cooldown, but they create another Wukong to ensure that he has nowhere to run high. But the kids is in the choke point. Will it do enough is the real question. Still only level 1. Get him pretty low. Miki able to move away, and the slow's coming out. The last is going to be then dragging the monkey kick. It kept him in place long enough that they actually get the kill, and StarLadder, however, gets out alive. The hunt is on. They're moving forward, looking for more flame break to try and push back, but they're a little bit too speedy. GH isn't done though. He's staying on top of him here, and Sania's getting low. The Master Manus gets activated. Tiger does flick away just in time. The bear is being eaten right now. Some people like how, some people prefer